Baloso kotudore kod penj mosebedo katimore pachoka wawinjane monde.
To the expected professional standards while maintaining security and confidentiality. The KJSEA sample papers were uploaded in January 2025, and NEC has been sensitizing schools on the same to ensure that all KJSEA candidates are familiarized with the assessment tools. The Council held a meeting with representatives of the Kenya Primary School Heads Association, KPSA, and the Kenya Private Schools Association, KPSA, and the Teacher Service Commission in July 2025 to enhance awareness on the availability of the sample papers and sample optical mark forms for KPSA, KPSA, and KJSA on the NEC website. Number 2, identification and preparedness for distribution centers. Honorable Chair, all registered assessment examination centers were aligned and mapped to their nearest distribution center, guided by reports from sub-county directors of education. The Council also rationalized container-related needs and purchased an extra 43 new containers in 2025 to address gaps. The Council will therefore be administering the 2025 assessment examinations in 396 sub-counties using 659 containers in 642 distribution centers. Chair, the Council started receiving consignments from the printer in September 2025. Dispatch of the materials also commenced so that all containers received the examination and assessment materials, and schools are able to administer the examination as per the timetable. All registered examination centers have been mapped to the nearest distribution center to ensure timely delivery of papers and to ensure that no candidate misses the examination or assessment. Contingency plans have been put in place to address any emerging challenges. The centers shall be out of bounds for all unauthorized persons, and center managers have actually been informed of who the authorized persons are and advised to strictly adhere to the guidelines and administration of the assessment and examinations. Professionals have been engaged in the administration of the assessments and examinations. The contracted professionals comprise center managers, supervisors, invigilators, security officers, Ministry of Education staff, and officers from the Ministry of Interior and National Administration. In order to deliver seamless and credible examination and assessment process, the Ministry has embraced a multi-agency approach that involves working together with the Ministry of Interior and National Administration, the Ministry of Information, Communications and the Digital Economy, the Teacher Service Commission, the Independent Police Oversight Authority, among other stakeholders. We have also issued communication notifying the public of the following toll-free numbers to report any incidents of fraud or malpractices related to these examinations and assessments. And for NEC, the number is 0800721410 and 0800724900. And for IPOA, it is 1559, and this is to report any misconduct by police officers involved in the examination and assessments. Chair, the Council will have machine-scored responses for which reading by the optical mark readers, OMR, will commence from the end of the KPSA and KJSA assessments, and for these two, the Council anticipates that it will use over 40,000 examiners for the other structured question papers. Chair, we anticipate to release the KPSA and KJSA results by December 2025, and for KCSE, we anticipate to release the results by January 2026. Honorable Chair, we wish to point out, however, that the Kenya National Examinations Council requires additional budget support in order to effectively undertake its mandate. This financial year, the Council's approved recurrent budget had an allocation of shillings 5.9 billion for national assessments and examinations, being 3 billion for KCSE, 2 billion for KJSEA, and 900 million for KEPSEA, and nil allocation for school-based assessments. This is against a total requirement of Kenya shillings 12.723 billion, being 8.008 billion for KCSE, 3.566 billion for KJSEA, and Kenya shillings 1.062 billion for KEPSEA, and 87.3 million for school-based assessments. The deficit was therefore 6.8 billion once the 5.9 billion was allocated. In September 2025, however, the National Treasury communicated the grant of additional funding under Supplementary 1 to the tune of 3.1 billion, leaving a deficit currently now of 3.723 billion. We have written to the National Treasury to seek additional budgets to address the foregoing deficit, and we've also sought a disbursement to enable the Council to adequately fund this year's examination and assessments processes and to clear outstanding pending bills. Honorable Chairperson and members, I respectfully submit. Thank you.
Nyakwara Mugejuang, manone Jatend migao mochung'ne wechego mag somo e pacho kae, Julius Migos Ogamba, ne ntiere nyima kamiti mochung'ne wechego mag somo e od bura mamalo ka koro duoko penjo makoni kod kocha kotudore kod ikruok ne penj madongo mitimo e pacho kae. Parni higani nitiere penj mano mar KEPSEA, KILEA, KJSEA, KIPLEA, kachiel kod penj mano mar KCSE mabro bedo kachakore mano dwe mar 11. Penj mar KCSE oral